Hey guys, Tyrip here, and it's good news because I've finally upgraded my PC. So I figured I'd give you guys a bit of a rundown here of what I'm coming from, what I'm going to, and what kind of performance increase I've seen in Company of Heroes 2 from these changes. So this is what I'm coming from, the i5 4690K processor. You can see here, released in Q2 2014, so almost 7 years old at this stage. 4 cores, 4 threads, decent speeds overall. And also I was teaming that up with some DDR3 1600 megahertz RAM. So yeah, old, and I felt like it was really slowing me down, especially while streaming Company of Heroes 2. Like maybe if I wasn't a streamer, I wouldn't have bothered with this upgrade, but I am, so there you go. And I'm teaming it up with the GTX 1080. I've had this for quite a while now, and I'm not going to upgrade this because A, graphics card prices is just completely insane and very hard to get at the moment. B, it's still a very, very solid graphics card. So what I'm upgrading to is the AMD Ryzen 9 5900X. This is kind of like the big daddy of consumer processors. You can get the 5950X, but very hard, quite a lot more expensive as well. And I don't think it's really necessary for my usage. So yeah, I'm going from 4 to 12 cores, up to 24 threads as well from 4 threads. So yeah, just way faster. Comboing that up with some DDR4 3600 megahertz RAM, C16 timings, 2 16 gigabyte sticks. Apparently this is the way to go with Ryzen. This is like basically the optimum, I'd say, from my research kind of threshold in terms of memory. So you want kind of like low timings. There was quite a lot of like 3600 like CL18 timings, but 16 I think is supposed to be the way to go. And as well, it's supposed to be better to go for 2 sticks instead of 4 with Ryzen at the moment, something to do with dual rank or something like that. But either way, that's what my research told me, so that's what I got. This stuff is really fast. And then finally for the motherboard, I have to upgrade that, of course. Coming to the ROG Strix B550A Gaming. It's kind of like a mid-range B550 motherboard. Kind of looks like it's got lights there, but it's just actually stickers. But yeah, apparently it's got pretty good power systems. It's just, yeah, I mean, kind of just a mid-range motherboard. What's available? What was a decent price here in New Zealand? One of the benefits for me, I found, was just finding a motherboard with lots of USB ports. Quite a few of them would have a few of them this, so that's kind of handy for me because I think I've used them all because I got a lot of USB devices plugged in, and I don't really want to run a multi-hub if possible. Kind of opens you up to some unintentional behaviors sometimes. So yeah, those are the components I selected, and I'm pretty happy with it. I installed it myself using my old PC case still, old power supply as well. I'll upgrade that when I upgrade my graphics card next, but 650 watt gold should be good enough for what I've got here. Yeah, so that's me. That's it when it's basically all plugged in. Cable management is okay, could be better, but whatever. It's in there and it's running good. So let's have a look at the performance improvement that this has resulted in. So these are the graphics settings that I'm running with here. I've got a 1440 monitor, so worth noting that. Also, sometimes I did used to turn image quality down to medium and texture detail down to medium, especially if I was casting like a 4v4. Sometimes I'd do that. Worth noting. I actually did like a whole bunch of testing, which I may as well bring up now. Around the time my World Championships run, about a bit over a year and a half ago, I guess. Did like a lot of testing, and here's the data from that. I didn't end up making it into a video, but I may as well bring it up now since, I don't have this processor anymore, so otherwise it's just going to die. So basically what I did here on 2 different days, I ran a whole bunch of COH2 performance tests with different graphic settings. So what I did was run auto detect, and then I turned VSync off. So that's my runs at the top there, you can see. And so I did that with 2 runs. I did them like, I think, back to back, and then those are the average values there. So I did that, and then I would change like 1 parameter at a time. So I'd have all the same settings as that, but then I'd turn the image quality up to maximum, then higher, high, so on and so forth. And this is what my results look like. And then, yeah, I did that on 2 different days, just, to get things averaged out. Maybe the temperatures are a bit different. And here's what it looks like overall, everything averaged out with the 2 days. So this is like 4 runs over 2 days. This is what the numbers ended up looking like. So yeah, so this is, I think, basically exactly what my other test that I was running with. Same settings and roughly the same numbers here. But yeah, if you guys were interested on what the fastest is, perhaps you can have a look at this. So yeah, image quality to minimum, anti-aliasing on low is very tight. I don't know how anti-aliasing on low was faster than being off, but somehow in my testing it was. So there you go. VSync off. Text to detail on high was actually ever so slightly the best here. Snow detail medium, ever so slightly the best, not much in it, as you can see there. Physics off, but once again, not very much difference between off and high for me, like, maybe about 1 frame. So, maybe if I was like, as a competitor, trying to get every last frame out of my computer, some of these settings I would turn off. But I mean, as you can see, most of these changes, you may be getting, apart from image quality, you may be getting like 2 or 3 frames, or I was getting 2 or 3 frames difference. So you guys might want to play around with these settings yourself. But yeah, everything fastest brings me up to 75 average FPS from 61. And the main bonus from that would have been image quality. So if you're looking to max out your settings, here's just a rough guide from my testing with my old processor. Thought I'd slot this one into this video. Thought you guys might find this interesting because, yeah, I'm not going to make a video on this particular topic. It's my new processor. I don't think at the moment. Maybe you guys would like to see it with the revised stuff. This was quite a lot of work. I can't believe I just gonna let this die without showing it to you guys after all that effort. Leave it on the screen for a second so you guys can maybe pause the video if you want to look at these numbers. I'll scroll down a little bit. Pause again. So yeah, if you want, you can squeeze out an extra 15 or so frames per second by turning everything down to 0. Is basically the moral of the story here. So here are my before results. I ran the test 3 times, not quite back to back, maybe about a minute gap between the tests, and I did not restart company errors in those gaps. You may notice that these numbers are a little bit worse than the spreadsheet. That's because for these tests, I actually kind of simulated my streaming setup. I had OBS running, Twitch chat open, so on and so forth. So yeah, it does result in a slight performance hit compared to the spreadsheet where I didn't have any of that stuff open. And here are the after results with the exact same graphical settings. And immediately you can see that it has almost doubled my frame rates right across the board. Jumping into the spreadsheet here, and you can see that this was a monumental upgrade. 90% improvement to minimum frame rate, 99% improvement to maximum frame rate, 9% improvement to average frame rate. It's just, oh man, such a huge upgrade. And yeah, I'm really grateful for all of you guys, everyone who supported the channel, be that through Patreon, Twitch, donos, watching YouTube videos with the ads turned on. I really do appreciate it. Without your support, I probably wouldn't be doing this upgrade. And hopefully this upgrade can serve you guys as well through, improved frame rates and better looking videos. As always, a huge thank you goes out to my Patreon backers for helping fund upgrades just like this one.